Yo, what's up? Before we get started, shout out to the boy Fernando Says for making my channel banner. He's a dope artist too, so go show him some love on Insta. Today, we're going to be making a track like Travis Scott. Houston native Jacques Webster, aka Travis Scott, is a rapper, singer, songwriter, and a producer. Scott began rapping and producing when he was a teenager. Here's an old video of him rapping back in high school.
We went to dinner, wine, we grinding. She sitting there, yeah, she laughing and crying. I said, what's wrong, baby, why are you crying? She said, and vibe, baby, yes, I'm just dying. I took the lead.
He's been in a few collaborative projects before in the late 2000s with former classmates like Chris Holloway and Jason Eric, releasing EPs on the hottest music website at the time, MySpace. Scott eventually dropped out of college to pursue music full-time, traveling from Houston to New York to LA, this eventually leading up to his parents financially cutting him off. At this time, Scott was able to stay at friends' houses or sleep in cars until he gets a call from a certain rapper named T.I. From there, Scott was able to work his way up the totem pole of success, from releasing his first EP, Owl Pharaoh, and being a XXL freshman, to collaborating with his idols Kid Cudi and Kanye West. Travis Scott tends to use a lot of dark, melancholy melodies, and they're usually very repetitive. The music kind of puts you into a trance state. I made this simple chord progression in Nexus. I only used 2 chords, and then I added a few notes to spice it up a bit. I put a sound goodizer to amplify it, and a reverb to make it a bit spacey. I also added Valhalla's Freak Echo to give it that sound. I also have a simplified version of the progression played on a piano using Keyzone Classic. I also use this cool dreamy sounding pad preset from Hybrid. I bought this VST for like $1, and it's got a bunch of cool polysynths and pad presets too. I use this Formant key preset in Helm, it's a free plugin, go check it out, and I made this top melody. I didn't really like the sound of it, so I ran it through Gross Beat. Travis Scott also uses a lot of synths in his songs, so I decided to play the same melody on a synth brass in Nexus. I kept the drums punchy and high energy with a bit of a percussive variation. I'm totally making this shit up. For the bass, I made this cool 808 pattern, added some distortion and sound goodizer. And I also used this synth brass for the hook of the song. I've gotten numerous messages asking me what effects do I put on my voice when I record, so here they are. I use a limiter to make sure my voice doesn't peak, an EQ to get the lows out of my voice because my voice is kind of bassy. I use a sound goodizer because it makes my voice sound good.
Wow.
And I use Spitfish as a de-esser to get out those harsh S sounds. I typically don't use autotune, but for this track I did. Autotune is super dependent on what key your song is in. I mean, that's the whole point of autotune, it's to automatically tune your vocals to the correct key. For my track it is in D minor, so I put it to D minor. And I put the retune speed to fast because I want to sound like T-Pain, you know? Also, I put the input type as instrument, and I'm pretty sure I did that wrong. I think you should put it to like alto tenor. These are the 4 effects that I use as like a dry vocal. I record my verses and then I record my ad-libs.
Yeah. Straight up.
is lit. After that, I export the vocals and then run them back into FL Studio for my next set of effects. For the second set of effects, I added a delay, a reverb, a small stereo shaper, and another limiter, a sausage fattener, another EQ, a small distorter, and a sound goodizer. Straight up is lit. Travis Scott is all about the energy. It's not always about what he says, but it's about how he makes you feel. Travis Scott is also super about that party life. Rap about nighttime a lot. He also raps about ladies a lot. Travis talks about drugs and alcohol, and even though Travis Scott is usually very melodious, I'm a huge fan of Travis circa XXL freestyle, last verse off of Antidote and The Prayer, so I want to implement some bars.
Off the molly, lost up in the vapors, going back to Hollywood, I'm on my worst behavior. Gone off the molly, lost up in the vapors, going back to Hollywood, I'm on my worst behavior. Late night, yeah, late night, coming through and she only wanna ride. Late night, yeah, late night, talking next till we see the daylight. All night, sipping on the Henny, yeah. Pull up, drowning on my demons, they been trying to get me, yeah. Never know who you foes be when they acting friendly, yeah. Know your role, I've been trying to focus riding in the Bentley, yeah. Hey. Turns out when I touch down in the city, got strobe lights in the bass, bum like EDM, all so hard, got me looking like Yeezy. Pipe down, nigga, pipe down, getting beady, I throw dead press on a girl, getting litty, I toward Tucson, H-Town, so city. All of these niggas ain't no conversation, fucking they bitch and they stay masturbating. Still kick the cameraman off of my stages, counting this money, it look like the Matrix. Life is a bitch, I'm the life of the party. She took me back to her parents' apartment, I'm coming over and out like a surgeon. She in the feelings till 6 in the morning. Gone off the molly, lost up in the vapors, going back to Hollywood, I'm on my worst behavior. Gone off the molly, lost up in the vapors, going back to Hollywood, I'm on my worst behavior.
I will smack the fuck out of you, nigga. Don't ever take a fucking motherfucking mic out of my fucking fans' hand, man.